Hello everybody, one of my favourite sites, from top to landing by wing and from top to bottom by van. It's a lovely site, Pontlottyn. I was sat here Sunday the 7th June, and it looked good for Pontlottyn for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So I went over. This flight I had on the Monday. It started off early in the morning, and there was a young girl there took off on a paraglider because it seemed perfect. She thought it was going to be a good day for them. I thought it was going to be a good day for me. It was a bit of both. One minute it was down perfect for them, then the next minute it was perfect for me. But I don't take off in case I sunk out. They don't take off in case they got blown back. The young girl did. Sorry, I did know her name. Caroline, I think. I'm not sure. She took off and thought, oh great. And she was doing a bit of ground landing. She got picked up. She didn't have much choice, I think she said. But she got blown over the back and horizontal there, and it wasn't nice. She was okay. Anyway, it was a strange day. It was strong one minute, light the next. It seemed like all the clouds were being poured into line by wave out the front. And if it was pretty tight sequence, so it could have been shifting on and off the hill all day. But I took off in the end anyway, because on the evening it stayed strong. I timed it. It was 15 minutes. And I thought, this is it. This is the restitution you get on the evening. It's picked up and it's staying up. As I climbed away, it was rough. But not rough. It was movement, not rough. But the higher you got away from the hill, obviously the smoother it got. The highest I got was 256 feet. And there was no way, because I was staying in close over the top of the hill to make sure I didn't go down. If it dropped off light, I was going to, I had the intentions, as soon as it drops off, I'm going to land right on the front of the hill. But in the end, I never had the chance. The only chance I did have to get in on the side there, to the right of the takeoff, was I never had enough height to actually go back in enough to get away from the front of the hill, to get a good turn in, because you wouldn't want to land right on the front. Or not near the front, anyway. But on that occasion I managed to get lift up again and go back round. But because I was staying in close and I couldn't go over the back with anything, as I say, little thermals was banging through, and they were quite powerful as well when they did it, But there's no way you could go with them. They'd hit you, and the angle they were going back over the hill with, you just couldn't go anywhere with them. But I enjoyed the flying. It is nice. When you get out of it, as you can see, it was quite smooth at this point. My arms were tired though. It wasn't jerky, vibrant air. It was lots of air movement. Nothing that would frighten anybody. Some of the smoothest flying I've had in actual fact. I think it's the second smoothest flight I've had. And when I say smooth, I don't mean no air movement. You're bound to have that in gliding. But I mean there was no static, no jerky, sudden bang 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 twitchy stuff. It was all, as you see, at height, lovely. When I say at height, it wasn't a great height. It's a lovely sight to fly. There is no bottom land. There is an official bottom landing, but it's uphill. Yeah, believe that or not, that was the hardest my arms have had to work on a flight since I've been back hang gliding. There is a official landing area down the front, and I've worked out how I could. Today would have been the ideal situation for going in, the way I've worked out. But it is rather steep going uphill, so you do need to visit it before you fly this site. You need to know what you're letting yourself in for if you go down there. But in an emergency, from what I gather so far, the people that have been there, they land in the playing field at the bottom. Hell of a walk out, mind, but that's their choice. I don't intend to go down there. I've done 4 landings around the side of the hill now. Well, I say 4. On one day I done 3, but ended up going back off again. I had to turn back and go in again. So it was 3 attempts to land on that one flight. Other than that, I've always got on the top. And this flight today. Now this flight today was the first flight I've ever had here where I can make the decision I am going to go round and land around the side of the hill. Nothing silly happened like it has in the past, and I started playing low eventually. and I didn't know the wind decided it was going to play low as well. Caught me out. Fantastic sight. As I say, then I got caught out. Alright, that's not how to spell caught, but no spell checker tells you how. This end of the sight now, because when I took off, the wind was actually coming from the left, and I thought this was going to work good here. But this was the furthest I'd go along, because as I got to there, it started dropping off. So most of the day, when the winds went light, it was swinging slightly to the right. When it went strong, it was swinging slightly to the left. So perhaps while I was in the air, it was swinging round, and that's why this end wasn't working very good. But I had a good flight. I really enjoyed it. I always get this sight to myself. I think once I've flown with somebody else, and that was with Norris. He lives in a house down there. See him on the rooftop there waving. Yeah, right down. He just lives at the bottom there. But it was blowing really strong that time, and Norris came up and took off and flew with me, and we had a good evening flying. When I'm in the air, it's not sort of conditions any paraglider pilot wants to be out with me. But I must be sure I'm not going down. Yeah, I started thinking I'm here to stay now. This is restitution lift. I can stay up all night now. So I started doing a few low runs, putting on speed, and yeah, back to the lumpy air mine when you get lower. But famous to the last words, this glider, when you put on speed, it does suffer. It sinks. So, but mind you, I got a problem with it, because I've been flying this and I can push as hard out as I want, and I can just about get to the stall. It's a really nice glider to fly. I don't fly this when I'm min-sync. I think it's the first glider I've never flown on min-sync, because it doesn't want to be on min-sync. I can't, and I don't know how to tune it to fly on min-sync. So I've got to learn to fly pushing the bar out, which is going to be a bit hard. Every glider I've ever had I could tune and fly literally on the stall, but not this one. Not unless I put some lead weights on the back. Mind you, I've got the camera on it now, but it ain't doing a lot for me. Here's you can see I'm getting lower now, and I didn't realise that the wind had dropped. Yeah, as I was staying low, the wind had the same idea. I've done a few beats anyway, had a bit of fun, going up and down, done some nice turns. And eventually, I'm going back, and I thought, I'm not going to push my luck again. If I push my luck again and go back, and I'm below the ridge again like I was last time, I'll be going downwind, 10 foot above the ground again, and have to be all in round. So I eventually made the decision on this flight. I'm going into land. As I say, a couple of times coming back from here now, a few times I did, but then I make the decision and land on my left at this point now. But a couple of chances I did have, I never went in, and then after that I never had much choice, because I couldn't have gone back far enough to get away from the rotor on the very edge, because I feel sure there is one. Yeah, not long after, no choice but to go down. Now as you turn round to go left, sorry about the writing, but I put that up to remind me of what I say. So as you go left to go round the hill, because the wind was more or less spot on the hill, as you go round there's lift basically all the way round. But on a downwind run now, I just stayed over a little path in the road, and I kept my wingtip 15 foot from the hill. And that road there, as it goes in that, if you were to turn around that road and come into land, you couldn't go far wrong. But I didn't think I needed to go that far back today. So you see how I drop, I pull on speed. Bars are right, the hands are right at the bar now, and this is the bestest landing I've ever had. And I say bestest, that's a habit I got from Parrot. 4-minute walk back to the top. And when I say 4-minute walk, I don't mean with the glider. It's like 30 yards from where I landed to where I dropped the glider down for the when I bring the car back down, I'll park it on the side there. Why the phones always go off when you don't want to. Anyway, after that I second trip next day, the wind was blowing a hoolie, so I never stayed on site. But this will give you some idea. Backing out of where the car sits on site. 5 seconds, you're on the road and you're heading down the hill. It's a nice hill. It's quite a climb out. It must be about 1.5 miles from the main road to climb out to the top of the site. But my van manages it. I'm second gear. Well, first and second gear. There's one bit I need to be in first, right at the very bottom. And then once you cross the second road as you're coming up, I'm in second gear all the way up then. Other than if somebody stops me and you've got to pass and pull in the first one on this shallow bit. The first one is near pull in, pulls in, up or down going. Yeah, the landing area now, as you see, is on the right. Sorry, the track is on the right as well. The track is where I parked the van earlier the day before to pick up a glider, which would have been 30-40 foot off the side of the road here to the right. Sorry, I don't know if you ever make talking orations to go on your videos, but it's not easy. You cut the videos you've got, and then you make a video, and then you've got to try and find things to say to keep the video going. Those holes in the road are easy enough to miss. Not like some I can name up Westbury. I'm getting fed up with that big, and I might take a cut on a bit of gravel and a bit of cement down, fill it in. That camper there now is the only other guy that was up there the day before. He come today as well, but it was too strong for. Well, it wasn't too strong to fly, but you wouldn't have enjoyed it. It was gusting out of 30, and he only lives 13 miles from the site. Just saying, Brinkhouse or Brinkhorst is only a bit down the road, and I'm hoping to meet him there sometime and fly there. I haven't flown there for 32 years. But this bit of the track now isn't steep. It's just a gradual climb out all the way. My old van can handle it. If my old van can handle it, anything can. I love the sheep there. Thank God my dogs are good with sheep. I've been hell with them now, barking, howling and whining. When I put them in the van to fly, they're in there ripping me van a bit, trying to get out at me. But this bit of track, as I say, is a nice bit to drive up, not a problem. In a minute you get to the road. Going down round the bend. Down the bottom here, you'll see a camper, a big horse box. That's been there every time I've gone up there, so if you're ever around looking for the right lane to dive up, and you don't know your way up Pontlottyn, keep your eyes out for that camper. Now as you go across the road, this is now the steepest part of the hill, and as I say, I've never yet been coming up this hill and had a car coming down and it hasn't stopped to give way. So bear in mind, if you ever go up or down this road, everybody's well mannered. This bit now ain't so bad because you can pass each other, but you go over the cattle grid now and it gets really steep, and it must be 200 yards or more of really steep stuff. And with my old van, I go down pretty slow. I don't know why though, on this video it seems like I'm tanking along, but I'm not. Can't be no more than 20 miles an hour. Over the cattle grid. And now as you turn around and go down between the houses, it is steep. I should imagine it's not far off 40 degrees. I'll have to have a look and see if there's a sign at the bottom sometime. Yeah, like I've said, every car I've ever passed on this road, if I'm going up, they always give way. Thank God I've never yet had to stop, because I've never had a car in a position where I've needed to give way to it. When I'm coming down, I'm just lucky devil, I suppose. Yeah, it's so steep, it's one of that dustbin staying there, a little gust of wind letting me on its way. But now down to the bottom, just round the corner as well, is a chipper. And when he first started opening all day, I went in and bought some chips in there. It's not very dear, he's quite a good shop. Get your chips in a nice posh box with a fish on the front. Yeah, it's left back to the campsite, Park Farm, or right for home. From what I've seen, the forecast tomorrow didn't look very good, as today wasn't very good. Would have been flyable but very strong, and I wouldn't have enjoyed it flying on my own. And everybody, it was only me and this other angler pilot there, and he was on his way home. But there I go, I'm on my way home. As you gather, I'm home now and making the video.